Welcome back to Drum Electric. So a few weeks ago I had this very fun issue. Hello, happy Saturday. I bring sad news on my Instagram story. So packing up for a gig, you know, Saturday night, function, it's a fun time. Went to go and change a sample on my SPD-SX and well, it doesn't turn on anymore. It's also really gross. Like, look at all that. All the shedding of, like, 5 years of gigs. And there's a big dent in the screen because I drop it all the time. But, yeah, it doesn't turn on. So, yeah, as you can see, this guy, the Roland SPD-SX behind me, I've been using it for years and it just wouldn't turn on. I tried 2 adapters, both Roland. And yeah, it just wouldn't power on. Really weird. I packed it into the flight case, I took it to the gig, and then it turned on. And as you can see behind me, it is actually currently on. It is still actually currently on, and it's just really weird. Like, what? Why? But because of that, I need to back it up. I've got all the samples. All the samples are individually there, but if that died and I didn't have any other options, I'd have to rebuild every single patch, and I don't want to do that. So the good thing is you can very easily back up the Roland SPD-SX. Super simple. It's quite literally just hitting a save button on a computer, and it's fantastic. So here's how to back up your SPD-SX. All you'll need for this video is a laptop, the Roland Wave Manager, which is free, and then a cable to the SPD-SX. You'll also need a little hard drive that's got free space on it and that works with the SPD-SX. It doesn't have to be like a Roland specific one or anything like that, but just a little one that you know is formatted correctly and doesn't have any other stuff on it, basically. So I'm just using this little HP standard USB. It's nothing spectacular. It's 8 gigs. And it does the job. This is where I load all the samples onto, and it's great. So let's head into the computer, and I'll show you how to actually save literally everything on the SPD-SX. As you can see, my laptop is being beautifully placed upon my SPD-SX. Turns out they make a really good laptop stand. If you've never used an SPD-SX as a laptop stand, highly recommend it. But anyway, before you plug in the SPD-SX, make sure that it's on Wave Manager on the settings rather than audio and MIDI. So once it's on there, then you can just plug in a USB cable straight into a laptop or a computer. Doesn't have to be a Mac, can be a Windows, it's all good, whichever one you have. And then load up the SPD-SX Wave Manager from Roland. It is free, it does come with the SPD-SX, and if you lose it, you can actually download it on the Roland support page. So if you just have a Google, if you don't have it already, it's free to download, and it's fantastic. So if you haven't used the Wave Manager before, it's not terrifying. This is the first thing you see. It's select storage device, and then once you've plugged your SPD-SX in, it should recognize it basically as a hard drive. So you just click the arrow, you scroll down, there it is, SPD-SX, hit OK. It'll read the storage, it'll load it, and then it'll bring up this menu. So as you can see, there's all of the stuff that's in my SPD-SX. It's nothing particularly exciting, it's just all of the different patches and things like that. But there's a lot. I've got 348 different samples in here, and I use a lot of them, and I've got loads of different patches, and this is not something that you don't want to turn on before a gig. But it's really easy to save all of this. So all you do, go to the top left, hit File, hit Save All, and then just choose where you want to save it. So for me, I've got the USB stick that I showed at the beginning of the video plugged into my Mac. So I'm just going to scroll down, make sure it's on that, which is all good. It's empty because I don't keep anything on it. Hit OK, and then it'll write all the backup files into a lovely single file that only your SPD-SX can read. This might take a while depending on what you've got on your SPD. Obviously, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch it. So here's the finished product, and there it is. You'll have an SPD-SX backup all.spd. So with that, you can now exit the Wave Manager, confirm, be gone. That'll boot itself. You can unplug the SPD, and then you can also, if you're on a Mac, well, you should eject drives anyway, but you can then just eject the hard drive. There we go. I'm going to move this out of the way. Also, my stool is Chewbacca. That does not sound good. Now, all we do is we plug this into the back of the SPD-SX. So I'm going to do that now. So once the USB stick is in the back of the SPD-SX, then it's a really simple method. All you have to do is go to Menu, and then go to Utility, hit Enter, and then scroll down to load USB mem, because we're loading it from a USB memory stick. Hit Enter. You want to make sure it's on all, because we're loading all of the samples, not just the kit and settings, it's just everything. Hit enter and then you'll see the backup there. You just select it by hitting enter and it will load onto your SPD-SX. Once it's done, it'll just bring you back to the first kit. In my case, it's called main kit, so I can see that it's done its thing, it's loaded completely on, and it all works. And this basically means I can now bring it to any SPD-SX I'm ever working with, load up all of my samples, and it'll be like I've used this one here. And there you go. Easy as that. If you'd like to check out a 1-minute version of this video, just handy to save when you're in a pinch, you're at a gig and you need to quickly go through, rather than watching this whole video, feel free to head over to the Drum Electric Instagram account where you'll find the 1-minute version of this video. As always, please like and subscribe for all of our shiny new videos, and I'll see you in the next one.